the buzz, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Buzz in the Box. We are on episode 6 right now. It's really great to be with you here today. We got a good one for you, so let's get right to it. Might introduce a new thing today too, so stay tuned for that. We are going to be leading off now with our heat check. We're switching things around sometimes, keeping you on your toes, keeping you honest. Let's start with our heat check. Man. I mean, by this point of the day, you definitely know what this guy did yesterday. He's gonna be our certified dog. 8 shutout innings. I'm not gonna say against 2 just yet because I'm gonna say it at the end. 8 shutout innings. 10 Ks. No walks allowed. Just dealing. Command, control. Only gave up 2 hits. It was a squash match. For my wrestling fans, they never really stood a chance. In this guy's last 2 starts, he's gone at least 8 innings and hasn't given up more than 2 hits. Shut him down, just like Onyx. Shut them down. He had 19 swing and misses last night. It was Paul Skeens, baby, against the Colorado Rockies. Talk about a mismatch. Man, they never really stood a chance there. Paul Skeens against the Colorado Rockies is our certified dog. 2 hits and 8 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts. He's got 17 Ks in his last, his last 18 innings pitched. He is just diabolical right now. He's got rabies. His certified dog is on another level. He has been, unleashed. Just look out. We're looking at not even using an exaggeration here, could be looking at we are looking at a historic start to the career of Paul Skeens. Can't believe it's the first time he is for us. We usually do hitters in this segment, but not the last time that Paul Skeens is our certified dog. Man, just dismantling everybody right now. There's nothing to say about him fantasy-wise that hasn't been said a million times for us on here, but it won't be the last time you're our certified dog, Paul Skeens. Now, man, we got to do one, and unfortunately, we all know one. It's the Buzzkill. This is gonna be a tough one. We're gonna be sticking with pitchers this time, so we are going to go with somebody that has been really, really struggling. Struggle to, I think, not even above a 5 ERA. We're going to get into the exact numbers in exactly a second. It was Jack Flaherty of the Detroit Tigers. I'm just going to come right out and say it because the Buzzkill, we got to rip the Band-Aid off. Don't want to build up the drama for anything negative. Keep it positive, keep it professional. Jack Flaherty has failed to pitch more than 4 innings in each of his last more than 5 innings in each of his last 5 starts. He's averaging about exactly, maybe I hit a foul ball on that. His last 5 starts, he's averaging 3 innings pitched in that span. That's a lot of pressure on the bullpen. It's early in the year. I think as of yesterday, can't believe this already. We're already a quarter of the way through the year. Say it ain't so, man. Just get this action in while you can. A lot of pressure on the bullpen for the Motor City right now with Jack Flaherty not lasting too long at all. Last night surrendering 6 hits, 3 walks, 3 earned runs. Not too terrible, but then you factor in he didn't last long at all. He's been a quasi opener at this point for them if 3 innings is going to be his regular. So not a guy I'm in my dynasty league, not a guy that I'm running out to start. Definitely put him on the back burner for now. In a shallow league, if you have him rostered, maybe if somebody gets injured and you need a streamer, maybe him, but right now, wouldn't even touch it, with all due respect. He got tagged by the Mets last night, of all teams, with 6 hits, 3 walks, 3 unruns, like we just said, and only 4 innings. It was a chilly night in Citi Field, so do with that what you will. He is getting back to his ERA. It is now up to 5.74 on the season, and a 1.73 whip. Yikes. That's tough. To do that. So when your pitcher in Road to the Show is doing that, it's time to wake up a little bit. Wish him the best. We never want to hear anybody on Buzzkill again. We hope they get it out of their system. Don't wish anything bad on anybody, but a really tough year for Jack Flaherty for the Tigers. Still plenty of time for him to bounce back. He's only 30 years old. Wish I was. Plenty of time for him to get back. To be like a solid, average back end guy. But sorry, right now, Jack Flaherty, you are our Buzzkill. That's my least favorite segment, but we're going to pretty much squeeze that in any time. Speaking of segments, keep it rolling right now. We're going to do something new that we're going to call our Buzz Line. That is Buzz Line. Anything to do with not exactly MLB news, because we usually try to knock that out in the beginning for you, especially things that have happened like way back last night, depending on the day. Mondays and Thursdays, we're going to try to hit you a little bit earlier than usual. During the week, though, we can't stay away, so we're going to keep coming at you with some news and updates, especially if there's a lot of prospect news, and boy, golly gee, there has been a lot of that. Orville Redenbacher prospects popping up all over the place. We're going to be updating our playlists on our channel. Also, Prospect Pop with some young guys in the minor leagues going yard, 3-hit games, having 6 sick games at the dish, and one for the pitchers coming up. Whether they're guys that throw with left and right arms, they're throwing almost no hitters in the minor leagues. Playlist on our channel called Ascending Aces that we're going to be updating again soon, so check those out. So debuting the Buzz Line here, which is going to be more geared toward some deep stat metrics for you, some casual discussion about some of the points leagues, some dynasty leagues, shallow or otherwise. If you have a request on the type of league that you're in, please let us know. We'll squeeze that in. Definitely shout you out, and we'll make sure that if some of the stuff isn't geared toward what you're doing, maybe think about trying it in the future, and let us know if we haven't talked about it, because we're trying to reach all aspects here. We'd love to do some digging on the league that you're in as well, whether it's for advice, who you think we should be paying attention to, because not everybody knows everything, although sometimes I feel like I'm close. We would love to hear that in the comments with anything that you've got. Continuing and starting with our first ever Buzz Line, which, like I said, it's going to be a little deeper into some fantasy stuff. We're going to get us some rankings throughout the year, especially in the off season and leading up to that with our risers and fallers, whether it's fantasy or top prospect lists. We know the guys like Connor Griffin been on the scene, and like Waldschmidt is just bursting out. Ryan Waldschmidt for the Arizona Diamondbacks. We talked about him in a recent video, so check that out if you haven't. We're going to be really digging into what these guys have got under the hood, and I don't know anybody that's not game for that, so that's going to be something that you do not want to miss. We're going to start with big prospect names. We're not going to go too crazy with it today. We're kind of like introducing this segment, and I feel like each show we do, and each time we're going to bust out the Buzz Line here, we're going to try to get a little more deep into it, especially when we hit you with our early afternoon shows. So we're going to try to cycle those in for you a little bit more as well. A.J. Ewing, another big Ewing in New York. Can they handle that? We'll see. Huge game for the Mets, bursting onto the scene. Wow. If you started him in your Fantrax Dynasty League or whatever Dynasty League you have, I know there's a couple of them, he ended up with 12.5 points. There's some power hitters that we have that we wish would do that for us, especially if, let's say, maybe somebody you took really early on in your non-keeper draft that you were kind of counting on. This is the type of stuff we want to see, and he's not doing it with power because we know he's not going to be known for that. But hey, we'll see. He's the Mets. He was the Mets' number 3 top overall prospect. His first major league hit was a triple. Oh, baby, a triple. Oh, yeah. He also added, get this, 3 walks. He was walking all over the place. I love that. Who doesn't? And he added a stolen base, so hitting a triple, swiping a bag. He looked great. He looked ready. I think his exit velocity on the triple that he hit was just over 103 miles an hour. It was 103.2 miles an hour, so smacking it. Not to use like too much hyperbole, but it's hard to see that thing coming. He turned it into a triple. Everybody in the ballpark knew he was making it to third base. Almost everybody. He looked great. I think they called him up right at the perfect time. He was mashing the ball down there for them in AAA. He was focused, but also like kind of soaking it all in at the same time. After the game, you can tell like he was just kind of like flat, not flabbergasted, but he was. You could tell he was where he really wanted to be and where he might be for time to come. So welcome to the show for him. It's going to be hard to start much better than that. It's only 1 game, but let's see if he can keep it going in Queens. We did mention the 12.5 points on Fantrax. So if you had him in your minor league system and you started him, hats off to you. That was a huge game for A.J. Ewing. We're going to get to our next one here right away, not dilly-dally too much. 20-year-old Connor Griffin, shortstop for the Pirates. He's been absolutely marvelous on the base paths. It's hitting's what we're going to focus on, but if a guy's trying to pull a little Willie Mays Hayes action, we're always going to do that. Especially a guy showing some power and some speed, but nice little Willie Mays Hayes game. I want to pepper in some of those. Connor Griffin, he's been absolutely marvelous. Like I said, I'm very specific with that word because I was marveled at some of the steals he had earlier when I was looking at that. Some extreme speed, not just a strong Pokemon move. He's tops in base running value right now with 9 stolen bases. The base running value is not going to help you down the line evaluate him fantasy wise, but he's going to get you those stolen bases. And if you're gonna do like we want, you're going to win your fantasy matchups and even pummel them by 100 points, then he is a guy that is going to get you not just a ton of hitting, but also a ton of stolen bases, and he quietly has 9 on the year. So that's something we're going to keep an eye on with a lot of his speed. Hopefully this helps. Here it is. He's swinging and missing is Connor Griffin, swinging and missing a bit too much recently. Just the 248 batting average. We're not going to really stress the batting average crazy for a guy like him, a guy that we know is going to find his legs sooner than later, and the guy was top prospect for how long? We're going to give him some leeway. This isn't make or break, do or die for him or the Pirates at this moment. The 248 batting average, I think that's going to come up. It's still adjusting to major league pitching. This is like for him and the next guy we're going to talk about. This is obviously the largest sample size we've gotten for them this year. So there's going to be an adjustment period as I adjust my microphone for a minute and a half straight over here. We also want to see Connor Griffin's exit velocity tick up a little bit. Still getting the big sample size on that as well as everything else to the major league pitching. I don't think anybody's too worried about Connor Griffin. The one thing that does worry me maybe is the chase rate for him is at 37%. That is rough. That's, I think, maybe I hit a foul ball on this, but I think that's in the bottom the bottom 14th percentile for chase rate. So we're gonna push for Connor Griffin to make some a little bit better contact than he's been doing. We're gonna finish up this spot here with Kevin McGonigal. Get it in depth on a couple of these prospects, the big names to start us off. 20-year-old for Detroit, another shortstop. This is something to worry about down the road. Not really going to affect you as a fantasy manager. Doesn't quite, unless, we always keep an eye on position eligibility, because anybody that has more than 3 snag, you want them. Doesn't quite have the height you'd like to see in a shortstop. Like you do with Griffin for Kevin McGonigal. I think he's 5'7", nothing wrong with that. We've seen our people run the gambit in height, and if you're going to produce, you're going to produce, and it's pretty simple. Another shortstop here to talk about for Detroit, although might end up a second baseman. Not too worried about that. He'll play a ton of both. We'll see what other position he sees down the road, if any. Plenty of time in the infield, that's for sure. We'll see what the Tigers do with that long term, because we want to focus on the baseball aspect of it too. I think he's got 150 at bats this year, quietly stealing 6 bases. The xWOBA on him really stands out at 390. That's in the upper 92nd percentile. So it doesn't matter where he's hitting. The guy is smacking the ball right now. Absolutely is Kevin McGonigal. You really don't have to worry about him right now the way that he's hitting. He's hitting 300 right on the nose in 150 exact at bats. So some solid exact numbers for you for if that helps clarify anything. It's creeping up past here with whatever. Nope. The xWOBA speaks for itself, and the 300 average. His chase rate is under 20%. His baseball savant page is beaming right now, like Steamin' Willie Beeman. Quick football reference for you. If you get that, you know what that's from. Let me know in the comments. That'll be a good one. Let me know if you know what that's from. Kevin McGonigal already showing that he really is going to be something that you can hang your hat on. Looking forward to him playing in the Motor City with guys like Max Clark and Colt Keith for years to come down there. We're going to do some quick injury news for you coming up. Francisco Alvarez was placed on the IL by the Mets today, hoping for a speedy-ish return for him. I think it was a UCL. I think they're looking at, let me know if I hit a foul ball on that, looking at 6 to 8 weeks for Francisco Alvarez at best right now, and they could really, really use his power in that lineup. He hasn't hit a ton of home runs, but he has the potential to do so. So I'm really rooting for him to come back and keep showing that. The Mets have Luis Torrens at catcher. He's proved to be more than capable behind the dish. The guy's dating back to last year, I don't know, 14 for 14, catching base stealers. He's at least 5 for 5 this year. So let me know if I hit a foul ball on that, if I got that wrong down in the comments. Always appreciate that. So it's tough for Francisco Alvarez. We'll see how he does coming back. Luis Torrens will hold things down behind the dish. Sticking with stuff in the Big Apple, Max Fried left his start today after, I think, just 3 innings and with elbow soreness. So we've elbow soreness and leaving after 3. We've seen that possibly be worse than it initially sounds. So we hope that's not the case this time over here, because they're in the Yankees and the Bronx were really putting together a very nice rotation, especially with Carlos Rodon coming back. That's going to be something to keep an eye on if they can get all those guys back, and maybe they'll run away with that division. We will see. Although, those Tampa Bay Rays, we've talked about them. They're not going anywhere. So we hope that's not the case here with Max Fried. Things being Too bad for him. Hopefully it's nothing. It very well could be. Another injury is a guy we talked about in a previous video also is Robbie Snelling for the Marlins. Recently called up prospect for them. So check out the video we did about the 3 prospects being called up recently to hear more about Robbie Snelling and how he did in the minors, along with Henry Bolte and another person that you can find out about in that video. One of our last videos just released. Please go check those out if you haven't yet. They are great and it's a fun hangout. Get your lemonade, your beer, your whiskey soda, your peanuts, spicy peanuts, mix them together, Cracker Jacks, white cheddar popcorn, grab a snack, chill out and hang out with us and talk about what's happening, why it really matters. That's what we're all about here at Buzz in the Box. Continuing and finishing up with our injury news here. Hopefully Marlins will get that young Robbie Snelling back quick. We do not want to see that, especially guys that just came up. So we'll hope for Robbie Snelling to come back with what I believe was a UCL sprain. So Marlins are waiting to hear more about the severity on that. Marlins are calling up Braxton Garrett to start tomorrow, who has a chance now, a guy that we was expected to make the Marlins starting rotation coming out of spring training, but it just didn't fall his way. We know what happened to I don't think anybody expected, with all due respect, Chris Paddock to last that long. So we knew a lot of these. Braxton Garrett's 28, but you could say he's a younger guy, I guess. He's a guy that could be getting healthy now and possibly reaching his prime. He's a big right-hander, and I'm excited to see what what the Marlins are going to get out of Braxton Garrett, because they got some exciting pieces down there. Finishing up with some injury news. Man, this is a tough one. Braves catcher Sean Murphy, this is tough. Landed on the IL again with a fractured left middle finger. Tough one for a catcher, obviously. He's had some really bad luck with injuries over the years. He's a great player in every aspect, so hopefully he can shake this one off and get back to them for the Braves. These are human beings at the end of the day. We criticize, we rank them, we say stats, but that's, we're trying to get things done in fantasy, but we got to respect these guys. We don't wish anybody any bad vibes. We just want to keep it positive, keep it professional, or do your very best at least. I feel like that is important. Now, we are going to hit you with our buzz balls, our home run calls for later tonight, our games that have not quite gotten underway yet. So when we catch you with our evening videos during the week, we're going to be mostly calling those late games for our buzz balls, our home run shots. And then we're going to hit you with some MLB live scores too, because we're always trying to keep you up to date here at Buzz in the Box. Thank you so much for joining us and having a great time. A couple of later games that are going on. I like Brent Rooker for the Athletics against the St. Louis Cardinals and Matthew Liberatore on the hill for them. Nothing against him, although you guys know by now I like to prey on the pitchers that are struggling at the moment, so that's not always going to translate to the guy hitting a home run, but sometimes you just got to trust the guy. But, this is a game of results, so we have to see what is going to get the result that we want right now. So I'm picking Brent Rooker for the A's against Matt Liberatore and those St. Louis Redbirds. Although he's been struggling to maintain some contact is Brent Rooker. He's hitting under the Mendoza line, but for Matthew Lee, that's not what we're looking for here. This isn't a guy that's going to start what we like to talk about, the 7, 8 and plus game hitting streak. Sometimes we just need one to hit a big fly and crush that tater out of here, because in baseball, if something's cool, somebody likes it, it's going to get a lot of names, a lot of nicknames. So, might be going a little risky here. And credit to Matthew Liberatore, up and down kind of career for him. He's been really solid. an average pitcher for you. I'll take him on my team anytime in the middle or back end of the rotation. So not really a guy that we're picking on pitching wise, but the power has been coming back a lot for Brent Rooker, and I'm looking for him to go yard tonight, especially at home in Sutter Health Park. He's hitting under the Mendoza line, but he's been taking a lot of walks recently, starting to see the ball a little better. He has found some power in this past week, so I'm looking for his average to climb up a little bit too, to coincide with that and seeing the ball well and taking his walks. I think he continues to get right tonight at home in Sutter Health Park. Second and last buzzball that we're going to do tonight, we're going to go with, we're going to turn the page. Andy Pages on the Dodgers. It's been an absolutely amazing year for him. He's got the numbers to obviously prove it, but I don't think it's going to be a fluke season for him. I think we're going to be in the dog days of July and August, as they say, and he's still going to be around, and I would love to see him in the All-Star game, flying around center field. Second to last buzzball, it's going to be Andy Pages. He's heading to the game today in LA with an over 300 batting average, 6 stolen bases, and still has his OPS above 900 on the year. And, and this is the big thing for me. I think this matters. We're only I don't know if I'm hitting a foul ball on this. I think I got this right. But we're only 5 games removed from his 3 home run game. He will have another multi-home run game this year. Count on it. So I think that's going to be something to look for with our buzzballs tonight with Brent Rooker and Andy Pages in our late games. Amazing year for Pages, 900 OPS. Say less. Let's pencil it in. I have a sneaking suspicion that he goes yard tonight in LA against the San Francisco Giants. We're going to head some quick trends of people being added at a crazy pace right now. This is going to we're going to eventually tie this into our buzz line after we talk about some big prospects doing things like we talked about with Ewing and Kevin McGonigal. Not just the top guys, but the guys that have recently got called up, how they did. We're going to tie that in with some other stuff in another aspect of fantasy. Guys in maybe some regular leagues, some trends. Maybe some guys are getting dropped a lot, and maybe some guys are getting signed a lot. So some quick trends in your regular leagues. If we don't mention somebody or talk about somebody you got or the type of league you have, please let us know. We'll get into it next time, give you a shout out. We would love to add something else into our repertoire. These guys are being added everywhere at a crazy pace. Oh, by the way, it is we still got live right now the Tigers and Mets. It is, I believe, the bottom of the 7th inning. So we're gonna hit you with that to finish off our live score update. It's a tie game in the bottom of the 7th right now for the Mets and Tigers. JT Ginn is being added a lot. He pitched really well the other day. We talked about him actually. He was in our boxed out segment, the team that got their butts kicked, and he actually pitched well for the A's as they destroyed the Phillies that day. I think we have that on our video. Check that out on the channel. I think it was a couple of this past week. I think that the A's beat the Phillies 11-2 in that game. They crushed them. JT Ginn has been pitching really good. He's been getting some quality starts. Not a guy that I would call a hot commodity in the offseason. And, I would have taken him in a trade if the price was nothing crazy, and if he wasn't being billed to me as like a top 60 guy right now. So we'll be looking on JT Ginn to continue being solid in fantasy and your standard leagues. Max Meyer, another guys. I'm actually surprised he's not rostered a bit more in some of these leagues. I think I had him at rostered under 60% as far as Yahoo leagues go, which is very interesting. AJ Ewing, obviously his rostering is shot up. that I feel like whenever that happens with a prospect, that's where it's mentioning. Ezekiel Duran. He's kind of starting to get at it a little bit more. He can play pretty much anywhere. His position eligibility is like maxed out. So if you need like a guy to just fill in for you a little bit, fill in a spot, you don't want to have one empty, but can, maybe give you a couple of knocks, Ezekiel Duran, we'll see. We're kind of like dipping our toe into stuff like this right now, but we want to be all about the news, fantasy, all types of leagues, all type of stuff and action for you, baseball and fantasy. We're going to try to incorporate not 1, 2, 3. Actually, did I have that right for when I said AJ Ewing, the triple? Yes, it was 103 miles per hour. I got it right here. 103.2 miles per hour. So no foul ball on that. That one was correct. So JT Ginn, AJ Ewing, Ezekiel Duran are being added a lot. Guys that are being dropped a lot. Our Buzzkill, sorry brother, Jack Flaherty, being dropped a lot. Not a guy you plug in every week for your starting pitcher in a dynasty league. Tatsuya Imai, probably the same thing for the Astros. Still trying to find his sea legs in the majors. Don't want to criticize him too much just yet. Coming back from an injury. He did get rocked as we predicted last night. None of our buzz balls hit, surprisingly. That's going to happen once in a while. But hope for the best for Tatsuya Imai finding his legs. Jeffrey Springs for the Athletics has been dropped a lot. Don't need him, and for good reason. Not having as good a season as his teammate JT Ginn that we just talked about. He doesn't need to be started right now. Does Jeffrey Springs? So we'll see if those guys' trends can change as they look to turn their seasons around. We never root against anybody here. We may keep it secret, but we're going to talk about just about every team that's in the news, whether it's top national news or niche stuff. Guys that have good stuff under the hood that are coming into fruition and getting national recognition now. We love to not expose, or when you put your Expos hat on, you don't want to expose yourself too much. So we're going to make sure all that stuff is in line for you here at Buzz in the Box, covering your injury news, MLB, baseball, as I just said before, always, and fantasy. We're going to try to tie everything in and not mix it up. We're trying to keep it organized over here. We're going to be adding our Buzzline segment into our show pretty soon. So getting into our last licks right here, we're going to get into our score update for you around the majors with this is as of right now, as of this video tonight, so probably a little bit after this. First few of these they're going to be, unless barring a big hit, they're going to be final scores. It's tie game in the 9th, Washington and Cincinnati 6-6. Rockies trying to get some revenge on some great pitching by the Pittsburgh Pirates. 8-4, they're leading Pittsburgh right now in the 9th. Tie game for Tampa Bay and Toronto in the 9th. We're going to see if Tampa Bay can make it 6-0 against Toronto this year. Trying to go there this summer to catch a game in the Sky Dome, if they still call it that. Cubs and Braves are tied 1-1 in the 8th. Tigers and Mets are tied 2-2 in the 8th. It's 1-0 Milwaukee over the Padres, top 7. The White Sox are leading the Kansas City Royals after 6. This is Central game, so a little earlier in those games. Miami Marlins beating up on the Twinkies right now, 8-4 in the top of the 6th. So that covers most of our live score as we get into our last licks here for you. We mentioned our buzz balls for our later games coming up. It's 1-0 Seattle over Houston in the 5th in Houston. No score in Diamondbacks, Texas in the 5th inning. Little pitcher's duel. We'll probably hit you with what's going on in that tomorrow coming up. So there's our live score update for you. As of this video, we hope you enjoy that. And we had a really good time with you here today as we wrap up our last licks here. Any other prospect gets called up this week, we're definitely going to talk about it. We covered some injury news. Man, there's kind of a big time, injuries are always going to be a part of the game, but a big time injury bug kind of hitting us this year, which you don't want to see. So we're going to root for those guys to get back healthy. As I like to say, these are human beings at the end of the day. So you don't wish anything bad against these guys. So thank you so much for joining us on another episode here at Buzz in the Box. Please, when you get a chance, on your way back to the clubhouse, like this video, subscribe to the channel. The link to our TikTok is on our page. If that's your thing, you can catch us on there a lot as well for even more injury news, updates, prospects being called up, prospects being sent down. We got Anthony Volpe back up for the Yankees with Jose Caballero hitting the IL. So a lot of news with him since we started covering things here, especially for your Dynasty League. Somebody that probably a good person to buy low on right now is Anthony Volpe and stash away to see what we can do. Or maybe he comes up and just starts hitting. We've seen people do that before. He hasn't had the greatest track record contact-wise in the majors. He had a nice power season, part of most of a season already. So let's see if he can capture some of that essence and keep that going. So thank you so much for joining us here on Buzz in the Box. We are working very hard for you. Just know that. Please, any type of support is appreciated. We have nothing to hide and everything to gain with you on our side. Any bit of support helps. Thank you so much. It means more than you know. We're going to come at you with another video tomorrow. Catch us on here and our video shorts on YouTube also, not just TikTok, throughout the week with our Buzzball calls. Maybe start calling some game lines for you during the week. Any nice trends or streaks that we like, so you can do with that information what you will. Really appreciate you again here joining us. This was Buzz in the Box, and we'll catch you next time.